Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today, I want to tell you a story that has left many speechless. A story that began like a fairy tale and now seems trapped in an unsettling silence. The relationship between Yaman and Sara Bluma, once celebrated as one of the most passionate in showbiz, now shows clear signs of breaking down. No more meaningful glances, no spontaneous gestures. Public appearances have become rare. Smiles are forced and silence has taken the lead. Everything exploded when a well-known Italian magazine published a shocking article. According to close sources, Sara is said to be exerting growing emotional pressure on Can. What was once admiration has supposedly turned into control. Hidden grudges, disguised jealousy, and possessive behavior are now shaping their daily life. At public events, tense gestures and empty gazes said more than 1,000 words. She remained calm in front of the press, while he avoided answering, withdrawing further into himself. His refusal to give interviews only fueled the rumors. And when he finally spoke, it was with a short but meaningful phrase: "I only know how to love." But those words didn't put out the fire of suspicion. People close to them described a dimmed, withdrawn Can, increasingly absent. They said he buried himself in work, avoided going home, and his mannerisms had changed. The once free and open man now looked burdened. Home was no longer a refuge, but an emotional prison. Even in Sara's circle, friends began to pull away or speak anonymously, hinting at control and instability. What started as a whirlwind romance slowly turned into tension. Perhaps due to public pressure or maybe a fundamental incompatibility they refused to see. Can, they say, became cautious. Maybe as defense, maybe to protect what remained whole inside him. But his silence speaks. It screams. And that silence shows something has changed forever. On social media, where once they shared tender moments, now there's coldness. The posts are rare and distant. Fans have noticed. What began as a love story with promises and passion now feels like a silent struggle not to sink. Real love doesn't require constant vigilance or sacrifice. It doesn't manipulate. When that line is crossed, what was once beautiful becomes heavy. Maybe that's what Can is going through. Maybe he's realized it, but doesn't know how to walk away. We live in a world where everything is judged, every mistake amplified. In that context, many choose silence. Can seems to have chosen to wait. Perhaps out of respect, fear, or simply because he knows that speaking would destroy what's left. The signs are there. Even if no one says it aloud, both seem to be struggling inside. What we see on red carpets isn't always the truth. And in this case, the shadows have spoken louder than any interview. Then there's Demet Özdemir, a woman that doesn't need to raise her voice to be seen. While others drown in empty relationships and drama, she walks forward, head held high. Her silence isn't coldness, it's wisdom. She doesn't need to prove anything. Many assumed Demet was part of Can's past, but what they shared still lingers. When Can feels lost, I'm sure it's her he remembers. What they had was real, deep, without masks. Genuine love.
Demet never clung to anyone to shine. She never used Can's name to boost her career. She loved freely and let go without bitterness. That today is admirable because it takes strength to release someone you still love. While others chase media relationships, she invests in herself. No cryptic posts, no social media stunts. Her recognition came with time, and she earned it. She never lashed out, never used the press to attack. That's maturity. In a world full of pretense, she chooses authenticity. And yes, Can truly loved her. Maybe he still does. With Demet, he found peace and stability, not just a partner, but a safe place. But he chose another path, louder, more chaotic, and over time, more painful. And Demet stepped back, with dignity. She wasn't born to share her light with someone who can't value it. She's intense, demanding, but honest and noble. No half measures. You're in or you're out. Maybe that's what Can couldn't handle. He chased shallow affairs and lost what truly mattered. Now, time has revealed the truth. Demet doesn't need headlines to remain relevant. Her name stands for respect. Her image is untarnished. While others stumble, she remains strong, without harming anyone, without becoming vulgar. The most precious part? She didn't have to return to anyone to prove her worth. Her greatest victory was walking away from what no longer served her, with her head high and spirit at peace. Women like her aren't replaced. They're remembered, admired, and deep down, missed. To those who criticize her mercilessly, I say this: before you speak of her, look at your own lives. Because Demet doesn't live to please anyone. She lives for herself. And that, to me, is the most admirable thing of all. To me, Demet Özdemir is at a crossroads. She can continue feeding the drama and lose even more credibility. Or she can take a step back, be honest with herself, and return to the path that made her famous through hard work and talent. The choice is hers, but the public is already tired of lies and masks. What fans want to see is a strong, dignified, and authentic woman, not a figure surrounded by rumors and theatrics. In conclusion, although I respect her work and acknowledge her talent, I believe Demet should deeply reflect on how she's managing her public life and what message she wants to leave behind. Because in the end, it's truth and humility that endure, not spectacle or lies. If she wants to regain the respect and admiration she once had, she must step away from the scandals and show the real person behind the public figure. Only then can she rebuild her image and perhaps find the peace she seems to be seeking amid so much noise.